Mogul Talk with Marah. Mogul Talk Tuesday, Mogul Talk Tuesday. What's up, everybody? It's Mogul Talk Tuesday. I'm so excited for this episode. Okay. All right, let's go. So, welcome to this episode of Mogul Talk with Marah, where we dive into the brains and stories of moguls in order to create our own journey to success. So, we are going to go ahead, jump into things, get started, because I have a movie that I'm going to go see tonight. It's actually one of my favorite movies. It's called Coraline, and they just did like a remastered version. They just did a remastered version of my favorite movie, and they're putting it in theaters. It's 2 nights only, so I am about to go to the movie theaters. So I wanted to go ahead film this episode kind of early, especially because last week I filmed the first episode of Mogul Talk at 12 in the morning, 11 p.m. And we not doing that no more. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I might do that again. It's no use in lying. I very much might do that again. So we are going to go ahead and get started, though. And just so you guys know, the nerves are still very much here. I'm still very much feeling some nerves in my body. I'm a little anxious, but I feel like it's good nerves. I'm excited to get into everything. So I'm really excited that you all are here today. I really wanted to dive into gratitude, making everything a moment, and what that mogul mindset shift kind of looks like, right? So before we get started, though, you guys know I got to start us out with a quote. So today's quote is, "You can never leave footprints that last if you are always walking around on tiptoe." That is a quote from Lama Bowie. And thinking about what that really means, right? You can never leave footprints if you're always walking around on tiptoe. You can never expect to make your mark on this world if you are not standing in your purpose, if you are not moving with intention, if you're not putting pressure into every single thing that you do and really applying yourself to the moves that you say that you're trying to make, baby, I got some news for you. But I want to make sure that we keep that energy as we're going on a day-to-day basis, because if we are, saying that we want this and we're saying that we want to be that, we cannot tiptoe. And I'm not going to say the word that my dad uses, but it's P-word foot. You can't P-word foot around the things that you say that you want to do and the things that you want to show up for, because otherwise, how are you going to leave any kind of impact? I'm going to leave it right there. Y'all heard me. Okay. So let's get into it. So today we're going to talk about making everything a moment, right? I'm going to go back in time a little bit, and I'm going to share a little bit about my story. So for those of you that don't know, I used to, and I still do sometimes, right? But I used to struggle a lot with mental health and mental wellness. I was very depressed. I was very anxious, and I was, man, what a time. I was suicidal, guys. And I say that now because I am beyond that. Now I'm out of that, but a lot of it took that mindset shift. There is no way that I could have gotten out of that depression. There is no way that I could have gotten away from that anxiety and those suicidal thoughts if I had not shifted my mindset. Man. And like I said, there are definitely still periods of time where I can, kind of see depression coming, or I can see it just trying to, kind of cloud my vision and affect what I got going on. But I think that because I've shifted my mindset, I've shifted my perspective on life, I've been able to get away from the feeling of depression starts to creep in, right? And I'm like, man, this is it. This is the end. I just want it to end. I don't want to be a part of this world anymore. I've been able to develop my mind to a point where it's like those feelings start to creep in, and I'm like, I'm almost like my brain, and I can see the depression over here, right? I can see it, and I'm like, dang, you are low-key making me sad right now, but I know that you are a separate entity than myself, right? I know that you are not me. I know that life is beautiful. I know that life is amazing. Life is great, right? So I can recognize that the depression is there, that these thoughts that want to kind of attack my brain are there, but I'm not succumbing to it, right? So that was a big perspective shift and mindset shift that had to happen for me. I had to realize that life was working for me, not against me. Life was happening for me, not to me. I had to realize that, God has the final say, not depression, not the devil, or not negative energies and negative entities that are trying to feed off of my energy and make me feel powerless, but God, but myself. That is who has the control in my life, right? So, with that, fast forwarding, right? I developed this idea. I developed this concept, and I really don't know where it came from, but make everything a moment. Make everything a moment. This is my philosophy for life. This is my philosophy for marketing and content strategy. This is my philosophy for content creation. Make everything a moment. Make everything a moment. Everything to me in life is worth celebrating, right? I look at even my bad moments, even the moments where I'm feeling down, even the moments where there's like some kind of situation happening that is making me question myself or my abilities, or when I get over that hump, and not even when I get over it, but even as I'm going through it, I'm like, wow, this is going to teach me something. This is going to be the reason why I'm stronger tomorrow. This is going to be the reason that I'm able to succeed and get ahead, because it's not going to kill me, so it's going to make me stronger, right? And so with that mindset shift, once again, to make everything a moment, I'm like, okay, this moment in my life is teaching me to be more authentic. This moment in my life is teaching me patience. That moment in my life, so on and so forth, right? Then when it comes to marketing and strategy, this is something that I would always tell my clients. And this is something that I hope that you take home and you implement as well. Make everything a moment. When it comes to when you're thinking about like, what do I need to create today? Or what do I want to do today to further my business? Make everything a moment. Let's say, your business is turning 1 year old, like Pop Up and Create, the studio that I'm filming in. We're going to be holding a content crash party to celebrate our 1 year anniversary. We're making that a moment. Let's say I release a line of hats. Don't y'all like my hat? I didn't make it, but if I made a hat like this, it would be kind of dope, right? Move coordinator. Anyway, let's say I just made like a hat, and let's say it's a one-of-one hat, and I did it, and it's only for me right now, right? That's big to me, so I'm gonna make it a moment. Hey guys, look at my hat. Look at what I created. Let's say I'm brushing my teeth in the morning, and I realize that this toothpaste is a special whitening toothpaste, and it makes my teeth, I've been watching my teeth get whiter and whiter over the past 2 weeks. Oh my gosh, you're not gonna believe what this toothpaste did. Like, make everything a moment. It's about more than just fluffing up your life, right? I personally really find enjoyment in those moments with myself. I find things in my life to be excited about. I create moments in my life to be excited about. I determine what I find amazing. I determine what I'm grateful for. Every single morning, I write down a list of things that I am grateful for, because I was on the other side of it where I didn't even want to be here no more. I didn't even want to be here anymore. And I'm on the other side of that. So now I am intentional about finding gratitude in every single moment, right? So right now, I'm grateful that at this very moment right now, 2 people are watching my live. I'm grateful because, and that just turned to 3. Look at that. But I'm grateful because that means that somebody is tuning in. Somebody needs to hear this message that you guys are a part of this history that's going down right now. Like, I don't know if you guys understand, but Mogul Talk with Marah, the fact that y'all are here receiving this message, like, that's deep. And we may not see, we may have 3, 2, 1, 0 people watching this live, but in the future, that's going to be 200, 300, 400, 5,000, 10,000, 1 million. And so I say that to say this right now, this moment that we're sharing, this is a moment. This is something worth celebrating to me, right? And when something is worth celebrating to yourself and you decide to bring other people into that journey with you, you decide that everybody needs a bit of this joy that I'm feeling. Everybody deserves this love that I have for myself right now and how I'm impacting other people. When you make that decision that you're going to continuously bring people in to these amazing parts of your life, and even again, if they are the darker parts of your lives and you decide to bring people in to let people know, like, hey, y'all, it felt like a L, right? But it's really a win. It's really a W because I learned something from this and now I can show you. Now I can teach you. Let's see. 3 is a triangle, strongest shape, pyramid. Because we the realest. I know that's right. Shout out to my girl, Tejal Jarre. Tejal Cartwright, the one and only one of the budding media moguls. Oh, that's my girl. I love you so much and I appreciate you. Thank you for being on here with me. And let's see. Someone else said, I don't know how to pronounce your name, so I'm not going to butcher it. But she said, I be needing these gems. Yes, I need these gems too. As I'm talking to y'all, I'm talking to myself. All right. These messages that I'm sharing with y'all are messages that I need to hear myself too. But right now, God is speaking through me. Spirit is speaking through me. And we're having this moment together. So thank you for being a part of this. So when we're talking about this mogul mindset, right, we're talking about maximizing every opportunity. When you look at moguls, when you look at, Rihanna, when you look at Beyonce, when you look at Jay-Z, Diddy, when you look at Issa Rae, if you are really following the pattern of their careers, if you are really following, these working people that are icons and they're builders, they're maximizing on every opportunity that they get. You feel me? Let's get into it. Let's break it down a little bit. For Rihanna, right? Let's take her as a case study. She maximizes every single moment that we see, right? But she maximizes every single moment. For example, she came out of, and it's not really retirement, right? But we know she hasn't been making music like that. We've been waiting on her to drop the album. We've been waiting on we've been waiting on her. We're like, girl, where are you at? This Fenty Beauty isn't enough, right? And so she decides that she is going to do the halftime show for the Super Bowl sponsored by Apple Music, right? She teases that there's going to be a special guest, right? She gets up on that stage, does her thing, and that's when the world finds out that she was pregnant with baby number 2. She could have made it an Instagram post. I don't know if y'all are hearing me. She could have made it an Instagram post, but she maximized on the fact that she was pregnant, and that in itself is groundbreaking news, right? She maximized on the fact that we have all been waiting for her to release the music, to drop the album. We've been waiting. She maximized on the fact that, hold on, let's see. Okay, so we have a question. I'm going to get to you in a second. So we have seen Rihanna grow and flourish And we've seen her through all these moments. And so she knew that taking A, B, C, and D was going to create this viral moment. Right? She maximized on every single thing that was happening in her life to create this viral moment, to maximize on her skill sets, to maximize on her life events. And not to mention, even during the halftime performance, you've seen her putting on what lipstick? What was it? Fenty Beauty. Do you know how much her music shot up, or people listening to her record shot up? Do you know how many more sales that woman got? Because she maximized on the opportunity and laid everything out. But y'all be scared. But y'all be scared to make a post on Instagram. And when I say y'all, I mean me too, okay? This is me talking, but this is spirit talking. So when I'm talking to y'all, I'm talking to me. But we be scared to make a post on Instagram. We be scared to go live. We be scared to launch that clothing brand. We be scared to create that content. And we have to understand that is not a mogul mindset. You need to be able to look at the things that are happening around you, to look at all of the different circumstances in your life and understand how combining and stacking those things that are happening in your life are maximizing on an opportunity to create, to make things bigger. When I say make everything a moment, all you got to do is look around you and see what is there already for you to utilize to create something bigger than yourself. And I hope y'all are hearing me, because that's what's taken me from making YouTube videos in my room, from even younger than that, creating my own photo shoots when I was a little kid, because I wanted to be in magazines, because I wanted to be on TV, on cameras, maximizing on the things that I had around me in order to create my reality. I still have that practice today. And right now, I'm touring the country with one of the biggest podcasts. I don't know if y'all are hearing me. Manager of this amazing content studio out here in Atlanta, Georgia, living my dreams. I've done work for multi-million and billion-dollar corporations who trusted me to take their brands to the next level, because I understand that the mogul mindset includes maximizing on every opportunity. Let me talk my ish, okay? Let's get into these questions real quick. Okay. Let's get into these questions real quick. Okay. So I have a question from somebody in the audience. I want my music to escalate to a level where the brands don't take away from the music side of it. How do I balance both so that it's not a long time to release, but I'm still working the brand? To answer this question, right, I think that, one, you have to be honest with yourself. How much are you actively promoting your music right now? How much are you actively creating for your music right now? How far are you stretching the things that you create? You don't have to, like I said, when I say make everything a moment, the fact that you're releasing music, all of the, if you're dropping a single, if you're dropping an EP, you need to take it to the next level. Get into your PR bag a little bit, right? Get some writers to help you out. Get, network horizontally. Find a writer to talk about the music. Find, a DJ to put your music into their playlists that they play in, whatever areas, whatever, if it's club music or if it's more of an R&B playlist type joint, you know what I'm saying? Like, you need to stretch your imagination and start figuring out how to maximize on what you are already creating. So even if that means, hey, Instagram creator, can you put my song into your next episode of whatever you're doing? Can you use my song for this? Can you put my song in your YouTube video? Can you use my song for your intro? Right? And I think that, and maybe you are doing these things, and if you are, then kudos to you, right? But we need to maximize on the things that we're doing. I see so many people who, I'll drop a beat, I'll drop a beat, I'll drop a beat, I'll drop another song, I'll drop another song, I'll drop another song. Why is nobody listening to my music? Bro, we didn't know about the first song. What promotion did you do for it? It's not enough to just create the thing and leave it where it's at if you really want it to blow up. I want to see 5 clips a week of you using your music and promoting your music. I want to read articles about your music and, and what you got going on as a creator. Like, these things are important. Nobody is going to know your story, and nobody is going to really even know that what you're creating exists if you're not constantly putting it in our faces. And that's just the nature of social media. That's just the nature of the algorithm. And there's so many ways, offline, that you can also be marketing yourself and your music. But I think that the first thing that you have to focus on and worry about is, are you maximizing on the things that you're creating, the music that you're creating? A business, like the business side of music, and working on your brand and all of that stuff is great. But if you're not showing up and connecting with the people who are meant to hear your project and hear your sound, there's a big possibility that these labels and these executives aren't going to take you seriously enough anyway. People want to see, especially people who are in charge, people who are on these higher levels, want to see that you are just as invested in your brand as you're expecting them to be, right? So when we talk about that mogul mindset, when we talk about, making everything a moment, you have to make things bigger than life. You have to make things bigger than yourself. Your song release should be in front of people who have no idea who you are. Now, how you get to that, it's all content strategy. So, I hope that was helpful, though. I hope that was helpful. I won't, get too deep, but I just want you to know, like, really use that philosophy and go all the way with it. Like, go all the way with it. Make everything a moment. So let's get back into it, right? I'm gonna go for a few more minutes, and then we're gonna wrap it. We're gonna wrap this thing up then. So I wanted to talk a little bit more about, just that mindset shift. Like I said before, this is the mindset, this make everything a moment, this mindset of gratitude, of, loving the life that I'm living and being more intentional about how I show up. This mindset is what carried me from a really bad depression, a really bad place of anxiety, into being able to live and function and understand the beauty that's in the world. Am I saying that is just the cure to, mental illness and, different ailments that people go through? No, that's not it. But I will tell you, it's definitely helpful. I acquired this mindset through intentional practices. So I fill my head and my music with nothing but affirmations like, I am rich, I am wealthy, I'm great, I'm patient, I'm beautiful, I'm kind, I'm loving, I show up every day as my best self. I fill my head with those things constantly because I know that you are your thoughts, right? The things that you're thinking, what you're putting around you in your environment, they shape who you are. And if I'm constantly surrounding myself with things that are negative, if I'm constantly surrounding myself with people who belittle themselves and people who don't talk their shit and people who, are gonna have a negative influence on me, or things that are going to have a negative influence on me, it's like, be real, y'all. Like, what else can you expect to happen? But when you decide that I am going to be this person, so now I'm going to surround myself by all the things that it takes to get to be this person, that is when your life changes. This mindset doesn't happen overnight. You don't flip a switch and one day you're just like, I'm just amazing, and my confidence went from here to here in a day, and it don't work like that. This is something that takes daily practice. It's something that you have to give energy to every single day. Will you have your relapse days, like as I call them? Like, yes, you're gonna still have those days where you stay in bed all day and you're just like, I don't feel like doing anything. I don't feel like showing up. I just feel like crying. I feel like being depressed today. I'm not here to take that away from you. I have those days still. You know what I'm saying? But best believe I'm going to be like, okay, but tomorrow I'm going to show up. Whether I'm crying today or not, tomorrow I'm going to show up. So it's just really important to understand that having those emotions and having those days, and sometimes it's a couple days, is okay. Like, you are a human being. You are a spirit. You are a soul that needs rest, rejuvenation. And sometimes you just need to take an exit from the pressures of, society every single day. But just make sure that you're also putting into yourself that, but tomorrow I'm going to show up for myself. Tomorrow, I might still be crying, but I'm going to make sure I film this podcast. That was me today. I was crying literally all day yesterday because I was just kind of fed up with like certain things in life and certain situations that were happening. But today I showed up, and I wasn't going to let anything stop me from doing that. I just know, like, I had to take a mental health day. I had to like chill out for a little bit. And that is the mogul mindset. It's like, okay, I see all these things happening. I know that my brain may be playing tricks on me right now, and I may be going through things, but it's not going to affect how I show up tomorrow. You may have got me today, but you're not going to affect how I show up tomorrow. And so, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this episode up. I hope that you guys are hearing me when I say make everything a moment. It's just part of the mogul mindset. It's just part of, understanding that what you're doing today really may not be benefiting you, and, having the discipline to make that change in your day-to-day life. Let's see. Surrounding yourself with the right people is crucial. Yes. Absolutely. Surrounding yourself with the right people is crucial. Shout out to my boy AK the Don Talk podcast in a building. We're gonna do an episode 2. So we're gonna do a collab episode, y'all. It's gonna be really, really dope, but we're still planning it behind the scenes. Let's see. Someone else said, I learned that from you, the showing up part. That means so much to me. So I'm curious now too, like, in something that, you can DM me if you want to, but like, showing up, like, what does showing up look like for you? I really want you to like DM me and talk to me about that. Like, what does showing up look like for you? We are going to go ahead and end this episode. Thank you guys so much for joining this episode of Mogul Talk with Marah, where we dive into the brains and stories of moguls in order to craft our own journeys to success. If you want to be a part of Mogul Talk with Marah, just send me a DM. I'm probably going to create a form that people can start filling out as well, because I'm starting to get just a little bit of traction, and people are interested in being a part of the conversation. So I'm just so thankful. I'm so grateful to you all for joining. Thank you guys so much for being a part of, this journey with me. We're going to keep going up, and I'm really excited to see you guys on the next episode. Yeah. Bye.